1.74.
Shut up and sit down.
So an AP2 class is, of course, the follow-up to our Advanced Pistol 1, which is a prerequisite to be able to sign up for Advanced Pistol 2. We'll spend the first half an hour, 45 minutes of the day bringing you back up to speed on your platform, checking your grip, your stance, sight alignment, all these things to make sure that you haven't let everything you learned in Advanced Pistol 1 fall by the wayside and generate any more of those nasty habits we all like to pick on. We then go from a static environment of AP1 where we're on the line all together or we're running drills in lines to it's a full day of dynamic shooting. So we're going to teach you how to shoot on the move, reload behind obstacles, how to correctly position yourself behind that obstacle, how to do a reload under retention, tactical reload, speed reloads, all that stuff we work through. We make sure that you can manipulate your firearm while on the move safely and effectively. We do group drills, so you'll have a two-man team moving through a course of fire together. And it's really all about just taking the course to that next level for guys that maybe their job requires them to, they might end up in a dynamic environment like that where they have to respond. Or even if they're planning on moving into more of a competition-based shooting, if they want to go out and, it's very intimidating to go out and just start competing without adequate training. I think you'll be a lot more comfortable shooting a match with the training that we provide at an Advanced Pistol 2 class, and there's a lot of benefits to being able to get this training from us, as well as it just builds the student's confidence level as well.
AP2 is it's unique because you've gone from a static course where you've learned basics, and now all of a sudden we're going to ask you to move and run and dip and turn and all these different things. And what we're trying to do in most cases, in most scenarios, is separate your upper half from your lower half.
Yes.
And tell you to forget about your upper half while you're worried about your lower half. And this whole process, people would think, moving forward with a pistol or rolling out on a barricade or anything it's pretty easy. I've seen it on YouTube or I've watched it in the movies. And it's incredibly difficult sometimes, the simplest detail that you're trying to do that Aaron got just like that, and I'm struggling with, and I'm thinking like, what's wrong with me? There's so many things in AP2 that we throw at a student that some of the easiest things that you would think you would get the quickest end up being the hardest.
You complicate them by, if you overthink the process, then it becomes more complicated.
Yeah,
it's just you have to just we do, but you have to just let things flow. Like, it's a very fluid environment. I know it's like we've had our courses described as very organic, and it's that ability to build individually on the information you're getting. Yet again, just like Advanced Pistol 1, where we will, like Scott mentioned, maybe one student is excelling on his footwork, but his movement in and out of barricades is, needs a great deal of improvement, whereas another student could be the complete opposite. So we'll address those issues as they come up.
You made comment to how we tailor the class to the class. I've had people say that they've taken AP1 3 times, which I'm very grateful for, and said it's never been the same class. How can it be the same class? Because we don't have the same people.
It's not the same group.
Things, right? So we get a different group in, and one group takes to it very quickly. Super accurate group, but they're slow.
Yes.
Or we have a group that's super fast and inaccurate. So we have to model that. We have to switch gears and change the dynamics of the class to get that. Now AP2, think about it now. If we're running and gunning and doing all these fun things, this, like what we said, the simplest things can throw the whole class in a different direction. And that's what we pride ourselves on, is the fact that that class can go in this direction, and then when we teach some skill sets, it'll change its personality. The class changes its personality, and we recognize that as instructors so that we can say, okay, let's go here, and we'll get them back over here. And that's the thing. That's why, for some of the people that say that it hasn't been the same class.
It never will be, though.
It can't be. I've never taught the AP1 the same way.
Never.
Ever, because I've never had the same people.
Exactly.
Right, and the same problems, and the same day, you know, weather, heat, rain, whatever, it doesn't matter. But everything does add to the class, right? That's the AP2 is, I've been told, the most fun.
It is.
Right? As long as you got basics. It's not fun if you don't have basics.
If your fundamentals are very sound, and
you have a great day.
You have a good platform, and you have the mindset where you're there to accomplish what you're there to accomplish. Like, it's not, as much as we love our students to, you know, to get along well with each other, of course, and to, you know, to have a great day, it's not necessarily a social event. There's no time for sitting and talking about what your plans are for the rest of the weekend. Like, if you're not there to work and you're not going to commit yourself to the class, then you're not going to get the most out of it. And we find the guys that really buckle down and hammer through it, and they're exhausted at the end of the day, but they can't wait to come and do it again.
Absolutely. It's the round count is lower usually, because you're not standing in front of a steel plate and just banging the hell out of it. It's more, you know, we're working on dry fire stuff, empty chamber kind of drills. You know, we're teaching to go around corners a certain way, and barricades, and then you go live with it. So the round count isn't necessarily high like AP1. It can go anywhere between 500 and 750 is a comfortable level for AP2.
Yes.
Whereas AP1 is 750 to 1,000 would be the safest assumption there.